The real story behind Devin Booker and Kendall Jenner. Dating an athlete is one of the best feelings in the world when done correctly. It's like being inside a thunderstorm, as each new cloud seems to be a unique opportunity that brings you closer to bliss. But it's a whole new perspective when we talk about an athlete and a reality TV star. It isn't often that we hear about celebrities or athletes dating each other. But what happens when it does? It can be pretty distracting for the general public. This is because these relationships tend to be private and unaccounted for by the media outlets of the day. We can expect plenty of love and attention from fans while they're together, but only if they can keep their relationship out of sight and out of mind. Over the years, Kendall Jenner has had her shot at more than one NBA star, including, to mention just a few, Jordan Clarkson. While it was never confirmed they were together, the two were spotted together at a Drake party in November 2016. They and the people who saw them will know what actually happened between them. Another player is Blake Griffin. He and Kendall didn't last long though. Things ended when Blake moved to Detroit. As for Kyle Kuzma, they've run in the same circle for a while, and there's no romantic relationship between them, but you know this may either be a fact or a bluff. Lastly, she was with Ben Simmons. Kendall had an on-off relationship with Ben, even going on a double date with her now ex-boyfriend Devin and his then-girlfriend and former Kardashian family friend, Jordyn Woods. While insisting she doesn't only date ballers, she's also a genuine basketball fan. However, her family believes that in Devin Booker, her boyfriend of more than 2 years, she just may have found a teammate for life. If you're a fan of these famous people and love catching up on the latest celebrity gossip, you've probably heard about their relationship status. They're both young, famous, and flush with cash, but the relationship between NBA star Devin Booker and model Kendall Jenner has finally come to an end. The two had been an item for some time and were spotted around town together. They seemed to be very much in love, but nobody could have predicted what would happen next. I mean, they're not exactly a power couple, but they're pretty cute together. The latest reports are that the relationship between Devin Booker and Kendall Jenner ended a few weeks ago. This story is just too juicy not to ask one question. What actually happened? Let's play full court, baby! Your go-to channel for the most interesting basketball topics. For those who haven't been following the second youngest Kardashian Jenner's life, things were serious with her over 2-year boyfriend, Devin Booker. In fact, this was the most open Kendall has ever been about a relationship, with the model preferring to keep her romantic entanglements private after seeing what happens when they are shared with some 4 million viewers. She specifically had the opportunity to watch her older sisters go through marriages, relationships, and breakups and do them pretty publicly. Kendall explained during the June 2021 reunion episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians that it was her personal preference from a young age. She thinks it makes her life a lot easier and their relationship a lot better. Kendall feels like it's a private matter and not for anybody else to judge or know. Her rule was that she thought she needed to be with someone for at least a year before she could let them be a part of the show and appear with her, simply because she can't always tell people's intentions from their actions. But now that Kendall and Suns star player Devin have sailed past that particular milestone, well, let's just say that things have gotten cold for the couple. They couldn't make it work. At one point, they are madly crazy in love with each other. Kendall has been guarding her heart for years, so careful not to make a public misstep. Devin is reserved, and he has no desire to be in the limelight or a celebrity in any capacity. They have a lot in common, and like nothing more than taking things low-key, hanging out together and making each other laugh. Kendall celebrated the first anniversary of her relationship with Devin in the manner that she considered to be the most appropriate and enjoyable. She updated her Instagram stories with a series of adorable photos of herself and her boyfriend. Of course, since these two are extremely low-key, Kendall doesn't post a happy anniversary message. Instead, she uses 365 and 52 as captions for a more stylish effect. Things were getting serious with the couple, who reportedly lived together. Devin achieved a significant milestone in his professional career when the Phoenix Suns advanced to Game 1 of the NBA Finals, where they faced off against the Milwaukee Bucks. And it goes without saying that Kendall was quite ecstatic, as evidenced by the content of her Instagram stories. In the video that she uploaded and broadcasted, she added, "I'm not emotional, you are." Kendall kept her support of Devin going strong as the Phoenix Suns reached Game 5 of the NBA Finals, and she let everyone know it by having worn a Phoenix Suns team jacket. At the time, Kendall described having a large number of nieces and nephews and how Devin has become a part of her family during an interview with Jimmy Fallon on The Late Show. After being asked if Devin assists Kendall with her nieces and nephews while she fulfills her duties as an aunt, Kendall responds about Devin by saying, "He loves them." The bond that he shares with Stormy is very remarkable. She jokingly said that she was like envious sometimes because she has the biggest crush on him. During an interview with WSJ Magazine, Devin took the highly unusual step of discussing his relationship with Kendall in front of an audience for the first time. For the purpose of the story, Devin was questioned about what it was like to be in a relationship with another famous person and whether or not it is difficult to have people interested in all aspects of his life rather than just his basketball career. In an interview with the publication, he stated, "I wouldn't say hard," he told the magazine. "Honestly, I'm enjoying life to the fullest, and that came off my tongue so easily because it wasn't always this way, but I feel like I'm in a good place right now." After overcoming a short breakup this past summer, Kendall felt like they're on different paths, and she and Devin had the discussion about their future, but they're not on the same page. Kendall seemingly shut down all these breakup reports by reposting Devin to her Insta stories, as Devin made the NBA 2K23 cover. However, they resolved their differences and eventually made the decision that they wanted to move forward together and continue their relationship. They continue to be really cordial and supportive of each other. So the question again, what actually happened? Kendall Jenner and Devin Booker have called it quits for a second time. They ended their relationship due to their demanding jobs. Both parties have made the decision to place emphasis on their respective careers, which has resulted in extremely packed schedules for both partners. For Jenner, who is 27 years old, this includes her 818 tequila line and her thriving modeling career. While for Booker, who is 26 years old, it is his involvement in the NBA. They have had a great deal of love and respect for one another, and they hope for nothing but the best. An insider claims that Jenner and Booker's decision to stop their romantic connection was mutual, and that the timing was the only factor in determining when it would end. Despite this, Jenner and Booker do intend to remain in contact with one another. Even though the now exes had been romantically linked since 2020, they did not make their relationship public on Instagram until Valentine's Day the following year in 2021. What at first appeared to be a casual, fun hookup had developed into a romantic relationship. They did everything together, and at the time, Kendall couldn't have been happier with her decision to be with Devin. If humans had the innate ability to be content when they are by themselves, perhaps there would be a lot less of us and we would each be living on our own private island. This would cause the population to be much lower. On the other hand, we are highly evolved humans for whom the need to love and be loved is a fundamental prerequisite. This is both a blessing and a curse. As a result, being in a relationship is a choice that we make in order to assure that our lives will end happily ever after. The relationship between Kendall and Devin made us want to scream, "Couple goals!" But we wish them both good luck and patience. We can only hope that they will find a way to reconnect at some point in the future, so that we may all be witnesses once more. Hey, third time lucky, am I right? Thank you for watching. Why not interact with us? Subscribe and hit the notification button to be notified when we upload more content. Don't forget to leave a like and comment below. Also, feel free to suggest any type of videos you would like to see on this channel. Full court.